More than 1 billion people worldwide use TikTok. It is one of the most popular social media apps and was the most downloaded app of 2021.
TikTok is filled with fun videos created by people every day, but there are also some potentially dangerous challenges.
It's a craze sweeping the globe, and it's happening behind the doors of teenagers' bedrooms right here in Adelaide.
And my head hit the wall. Oh.
And right now, an urgent warning from police about a dangerous TikTok challenge causing serious injuries among children and unsuspecting victims.
Oh, shit.
For most of us, TikTok is just a trivial entertainment app that we may pull up on our phone when we're bored, or when somebody sends us a video that we just have to check out. Nobody really knows the truth about TikTok, where it came from, why it was created, and nobody really even cares. They just want to get their daily fix on funny, silly videos and be caught up on the current trends that people are doing. Never mind the fact that the FBI director has claimed that the TikTok app screams of national security hazards, or that millions are pleading to ban TikTok in the US because it is a compromising app associated with the Chinese government. Now, whether this is all true or just propaganda, the true war, the true hazard is its degenerating content that goes unprovoked and unchecked, that spans from softcore PORN all the way up to life-threatening challenges. Who cares about the Chinese government spying on us when the culture of this app is dumbing us down and making us weak?
And we sure as heck care about our children. We sure do. And that's why you're here today. Because 2/3 of all the youth in our country are on your app. They spend an average of 95 minutes on your app. And you know, research has shown that TikTok is the most addictive platform out there. And the reason for that, as we've been told, is because it has the most advanced algorithm. And the Chinese Communist Party knows this, and I don't speak for everyone, but there are those on this committee, including myself, who believe that the Chinese Communist Party is engaged in psychological warfare.
Now, I'm pretty sure that whether you're a TikTok user or not, you've heard of these dangerous, terrible challenges that these kids come up with and perform, sometimes at a detrimental cost to them or their families and friends.
Another day, another terrible TikTok challenge that had some serious repercussions for two teenagers as they ended up in the hospital. And the first one coming out of Alabama, where a woman by the name of Tiffany Crutcher rescued her son, Dezian, with her bare hands after he became engulfed in flames. How did this happen? Well, apparently he saw a TikTok challenge where teenagers were pouring rubbing alcohol onto their hands and body and then lighting it on fire. What could go wrong? Well,
and in my opinion, that's proof enough to why TikTok should be banned, because unfortunately, these parents are not controlling their kids, nor are they taking advantage of the parental controls on the TikTok app in order to filter out what their kids should be watching and looking at, especially when it comes to these trends. However, that's not what I'm going to be covering today, because I'm pretty sure it has been beaten to death, especially when it comes to trying to get TikTok banned. What I will be focusing on today is the sexual content and the sexual nature that's on this damn TikTok app. Now, at the end of the day, you might ask yourself, well, who's this app really for? And to my surprise, I honestly thought that it was for the children. You know, this is a successor to Musical.ly, which was a dancing music app for kids. However, that's just not the case. The majority of people who use this app are from the ages of 18 to 34. And now you understand that in order to get any type of social media app off the ground and widespread in everybody's hands, it has to be accessible to children. However, not directed at children. So who is TikTok for? Children or adults?
I got a small waist, pretty face with a big bang. Look how you hating on a bitch and you my mama age.
Now, you could chalk it up to spam, but let's be honest, that's not true. That's just not the case, because there's over thousands, if not millions at this point, of women trying to get on and promote their OnlyFans through TikTok, which is a fucking kids app. And I must say, if you're pulling out your little meat trying to beat to this stuff on a kids app, shame on you, and you need to be put into a prison. How can a mentally sane man go onto TikTok and start watching this softcore content and be okay with that within himself? I don't give a damn if you don't have little kid content on your For You page or timeline, or whatever the case may be. That is the sole purpose of this app. I'm going to get into that. ByteDance Technology Corporation is the parent company of TikTok, and in 2017 they decided to buy out Musical.ly and merge it into TikTok. And before TikTok merged with Musical.ly, I want to share a piece that the New York Times did on Musical.ly about the age ranges and the certain groups of people that it's targeted to and who really uses the app. So here it says, the app does not collect or show the age of its users, but some of its top ranked users whose posts routinely collect millions of likes called hearts and appear from their videos and profile photos to be in grade school. Until recently, the app had a feature that suggested users to follow based on their location. In New York, the feature revealed a list composed largely not just of teenagers, but of children. So now you can see why this is so detrimental. You got kids on this app that are less than 12 years old or 13 years old going and searching and finding this type of content. Maybe it's suggested to them, maybe it's not. Maybe they went to one video and that one video recommended this explicit content or this softcore content that no kid should be looking at. And then when it comes to these evil, terrible challenges, that's a whole nother story, because they are probably even more easier to find because of the fact that they're viral. Even good old Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, had something to say. He said, "This is no question the youngest social network we've ever seen." The chief executive of VaynerMedia, an advertising agency that focuses on social media, Mr. Vaynerchuk, who has helped clients produce campaigns for the platform, said he first spotted the app in the iTunes store charts and through Musical.ly videos reposted on other services like Instagram. He continues to say, "I would say that Snapchat and Instagram, they skew a little bit more young," he said. "But with Musical.ly, you're talking about first, second, and third grade." And I know we're talking about the past. I know we're talking about 2017, which is really not that long ago. And this is Musical.ly, a different company. But come on, do you really believe that after TikTok merged with Musical.ly, that all of a sudden everything's A-okay and now they got the kids sorted over here, the adults over here? No, it's still just as bad as it was. You can fake a profile at the end of the day. You can fake your age to get into some of these sites or some of these profiles, some of these trends, whatever the case may be. And obviously a big company or corporation like TikTok, they're going to follow the COPA laws when it comes to advertising or showing content to children online. However, the reality of the situation is most kids, they're not going to put their correct age. And even if they do, they will find somebody else's profile, whether their brother, their sister, their mom or dad. They will go on their phone and then look up these trends, look up this content in other means. So sure, you can have the children's corner if you're 13 or under. However, that doesn't mean that they're going to stay there. And remember, at the end of the day, this is a kids app meant for lip syncing music and dancing to songs, but instead it is turned to something completely else. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's not that bad. I mean, they're not showing anything, they're not exposing anything, you know, it's not that bad. But you would be wrong, because yes, there are trends on TikTok where these girls find a secret way to expose themselves. And I'm talking about full body parts. And I can't even show it here on YouTube because it's going to get me demonetized and probably age restricted. And that goes without saying. Of course, some people are reporting these videos or these trends, whatever the case may be, and they're getting their videos taken down. However, you have to ask yourself, why is it the culture of this app, of this website, that girls and dudes for that matter are posting this type of explicit content to? Remember, this is a lip syncing app. This is a dancing app. Why do they feel emboldened to post this type of content on this app, knowing damn well that it's spawned from a children's app? This is insane. I say all that to say this. We are regressing as a society. You have to understand this. With allowing and making it more universally acceptable to do sex work, OnlyFans, you got all these things going on. This is the type of world that we're creating, where people or young adults in that matter are getting onto these social media apps that are meant for kids and explicitly showing themselves. And so all these young boys, that's all they're into, is just fapping it all day. And then these young girls are saying, hey, this is a way to make money. This is what my older sister does. This is what my mama does. So I'm going to do it as well. This kind of material is breeding a society of degenerates. I mean, just think about it. Masculinity has gone away. You have all these feminine dudes who are in their emotions, who are slaves to the puss at the end of the day. Just think about it. Most of these young boys are fapping off at an earlier age than ever before in human history. And they're not searching for it on these corn websites like the Corn Hub. No, they're simply going to TikTok, and that's where they're getting introduced to this type of content. So no wonder there's a lack of masculinity in young boys these days, because the majority of them are on these sites just like TikTok, literally becoming beta male cucks and or incels that are a slave to the puss, slave to women, and have no deeper burning desire to become a man or seek masculinity. And that's why figures like Andrew Tate have been such a shock to the system, because of this culture that we are currently in. And as for the women, you got young girls out here thinking that this is the only way to become successful in life, is to go on sites like OnlyFans or promote their bodies and objectify themselves. These girls really do believe that they can make a living off doing this, and of course they hear the numbers of Bad Baby or their favorite corn star making $100,000 a month or whatever the case may be, but don't understand the shame and the morality drop that you must have in order to pursue these type of professions. It's not real at the end of the day. This isn't a real profession, nor is it acceptable, nor should it be. And this is what starts the perpetual cycle of women thinking that men are only good for paying for shit, and men believing that women are only good for sex and nothing else. It's this weird, sick, toxic culture that festers because of these online stereotropes of men and women and so on and so forth, and the lack of morality and this internet culture and everything jumbled into one. Now, when it comes down to it, it's obviously not 100% TikTok's fault. You could even blame society or the internet, but at the end of the day, it's not really their fault either. It comes down to the parents. It comes down to morality. There's this huge shift of morality, or the lack thereof, and this is the real reason why no one gives a fuck anymore, especially after COVID. Nobody really cares. Everybody's trying to get a bag. Everybody sees the internet as an optimal way to make money. This whole lazy culture, lazy office girl baddie, all this bullshit that's going on in the news currently, that's what it all comes down to. It's just this weird world that we live in post C-19, where nobody really seems to care anymore, and everybody's trying to make money the easiest way possible. So the solution is, you need to put down the damn phone, turn off the damn internet, disconnect the router. For those of you who are parents, you need to become better parents. For those of you who are watching this type of content on TikTok, you need to take your ass outside, because you probably shouldn't be watching it to begin with. And for those dudes out there, just look at your life. That's why it's shit. I mean, how else do I explain that? For girls out here, I mean, you are making a bag. It is what it is, but just understand, no real husband, no real man is going to want to be with you if you have that type of history. And that's pretty much it. I mean, at the end of the day, you do what you want, but I'm telling you right now, your life is shit. You're depressed. All this shit is going wrong in your life because of this app and ones like it.